Hello everyone, Scott here. It's been a while since I've seen anything. Mother was back on the 3rd of October, and now here we are. On Sunday, yesterday, I watched Batman vs. Two-Face. Yeah, the sequel to Batman Return of the Caped Crusaders. It sadly never went to theaters. It had a debut at a con, and then went on Blu-ray and DVD this past week. I love the first one. I love the idea of William Shatner as Two-Face. That's great, because he's a 60s star that would have been in that era, would have been a good guest star to appear like that. Not that Two-Face existed at the time. He was a 70s character, I do believe. But they have like young Shatner style look for it, and it's really great. I was looking forward to this one, because the first one, Return of the Caped Crusaders, was great. So much fun. This one wasn't as much. At all. It was still fun. I still recommend it. I almost want to just end it with that. It is much more, well, it's the Jekyll and Hyde of Two-Face. It really delves into ideas of this character and goes all out with stuff, but it really feels like the first one was a love letter to what could have been. This one was almost too much like what an episode would have been, even though they do go beyond a lot of times, sure, but it's not that great. If you like the first one, you'll like it and you'll know what I'm talking about. Adam West is fantastic once again. Burt Ward is great. Julie Newmar sounds kind of like this when she's talking to Batman. She sounds like an old lady, which, okay, those are old guys, but you know what I mean? It just doesn't sound like Catwoman, like she's supposed to look here. Doesn't sound it. Ironically, Lee Merriweather has a part in this. Involved with Catwoman, and I didn't realize. I'm like, oh, it's Lee Merriweather. That's awesome. That's so meta. So yeah. Speaking of meta, there is a bit. You know the slap to when Robin says something and Batman says slaps him. That's referenced big time. But really, of all the voices, William Shatner is amazing in this. He's great. He does a great resigned version for Harvey Dent, and it's very Shatner of the era. Like, he kind of tones his voice back to what it would have been. It's really good. But then puts on this cool voice I've never heard from him for Two-Face. It's really good. I really enjoyed that. So it is still worth watching. There's a bunch of bonus features on here. I've not watched any of them yet. But this is, sadly, dedicated to Adam West. He died shortly thereafter. So it's a bummer that they're not going to do any more, because they even hinted more in there. And heck, they might. Like, if you get an Adam West sound-alike, they might do that. I always held out hope they could do some multiverse thing where you get Michael Keaton and Val Kilmer and George Clooney and Kevin Conroy and Christian Bale and get all these guys, Ben Affleck, that have different Batmen come in. And that would just be a cool thing, but I digress. We're not getting that, so at least not yet. But not with Adam West. It's very sad. But really, I don't want to go into the plot even much. That's not what this is about, but it is a very gigantic thing. Like, Two-Face is created similar to how we know, but they're trying to extract the evil from the supervillains, and stuff goes wrong, because yes, you make an evil extractor, because of course you do. And then Two-Face comes about from that, and then he's captured, and then things are a bit different, and it's so blatant that of course it's Two-Face, because like Harvey's talking on the phone to Two-Face, and when Harvey's talking it's like this, but when Two-Face is talking we see Harvey like this, and and they don't pay off on that like you would think, because like it is obviously that, but they never tip it to the audience, because that's what a proper storytelling would do. If you're going to do this, you've still got to do the reveal. Don't do this if you're not going to do the reveal. Like, it's everyone knows what's going on, but you still kind of have to be like, give the payoff to the audience so they know I was right. There's a bit with Catwoman as well where they never go back on it. It's like, where's that scene? What's happening? So it's very mishmash. It seems very rushed, which almost thankfully is the case, because otherwise you wouldn't have had Adam West voicing it. Yeah, I'd probably give it 3 out of 5. That's my Letterboxd scoring of it. So 3 out of 5. It is worth seeing. I don't regret seeing it at all. I don't even regret buying the Blu-ray. It's fine. I like owning it. It's a cool thing. I'll watch other stuff on there, but it's a letdown huge compared to what the prior one was. So that's that. Thanks again for watching. Everything on GuiltyPleasureCinema.com or Cyclops Scott here on YouTube. Like, favorite, subscribe, all that stuff. It's always a waste to hear all that, but please do it. It does help. And yeah, another one coming very, very shortly.